In there. Uh, I'm a data scientist, machine learning engineer, and my work revolve around uh, basically automation. Let me just do that. Let me just say it in that way, and not just automation. Now, as a data scientist, what we do majorly is uh, I like to use the word massage or explore to explore data, which is the new oil. We call it the new oil right now. To explore data, deep dive into the data, do a whole lot of inspection, search the data, and refine refine the data to draw out not just meaningful insights, not just uh, business driven insight. I mean, the game of data science is now is changing. I mean, if you're really into this field, it's really changing. In fact, the whole data world, you being a data engineer, MLOps, a data analyst, a business analyst, a BI developer, whatever role you hold in the data world, so the game is really changing. And of course, what is the real cause of this game changing? Of course, we all know the answer. Is the evolution of this artificial intelligence, the AI boom around here, and now even the agentic AI. So it's changing the game. It's changing the game a lot. And so it's not just about automation now. It's not just about drawing out insight. It's now we now do things I will use the word autonomous way. We now do things in autonomous way. We help of not really we actually we give the instruction. We let the AI, the pre-trained AI to do the job. So in short, what I do revolve around, yes, drawing insight. After that, number one, building models, of course, building models that now have to give you some kind of initiative that are just more than insight. Building models, predictive models, classifications, name it, recommended systems as well. And of course, automation, as I had mentioned, I do things around automation as well, likes of leveraging on Power Platform, Power Automate, and likes. Um, and now we are all trying to now, find what we can do in the world of AI as well. So it's trying to, so I'll say, fast, like evolving. It's really like if you're following the updates. I mean, what we focused on last year, 2024, is totally different from, not like totally different, but like an advanced, initiative of what this year. What if you're really out there, I hope you've been hearing the noise. I used to call it noise actually. The noise around agentic AI, here and there, agentic AI. Everybody wants to do AI, agentic AI. Even the woman that sells super at the back end wants AI to automate attacks, to help our business, and so that's what we're going to. And I think so. When the moment I met, Solomon is my guy actually. We do a lot of stuff together. So I told him about the section. I was like, okay. So everything we're doing today will be revolving around that. We're talking about the evolution, what's and the things that the things I do, how it helps the business, because you have to be able to connect it from the technical ground to to the business part. So yeah, so that's all we're doing, all we're discussing today. And seriously, just so we soon be just like we're just like talking and talking. I would actually like to um okay, let me just open my stuff here. Okay, so let me use like just 2 minutes. I know we can just use like few seconds to just talk about ourselves. I'll just call our names just on my own. Just brief introduction. Just tell me who we are, just what to do, and that's all. Like what to do, basically. I know I have my bosses here actually. Yeah, yeah, told me that already. So we are here to learn as well, not just me. Me just point out these things out. I'm also a very, I used to call myself like a junior developer. Like I'm someone that's very used to learning. I'm always want to learn from you guys as well. So um, in few minutes, I think I'll start with Oyechi Obi. So just unmute yourself and just tell me who you are and what you do. That's all. Obi Onyechi. Hello. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Hello, good
Yeah.
evening.
Good.
Okay.
My name is Adeniyi.
Okay. So
Hello, can you hear me?
what? Yeah. 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 We
Adeniyi
can hear you.
Amdalata, and I'm a data analyst, still learning and open to any new thing to learn. I'm a data
Oh,
analyst now.
solid, 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 solid. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Opeyemi Balogun.
Okay, I think Okpeyemi is in transit, so she might not be able to speak. You
Oh,
can move
okay.
to
So
Daisy.
Alabere. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that name very well. Alabere Diase. Oh,
Daisy.
Dice. Sorry. Yeah. Can you unmute yourself? Alabere Dice.
Daisy.
Okay. All right. I think we'll move to the next person now. Ituma Hendrik.
Okay, Daisy is about to
Okay.
speak.
I think she's speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Dicey. Yeah. You can go on first. Dicey.
Daisy.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. I was trying to speak, but I didn't know my mic was on mute. My name is Daisy. Daisy
Oh,
Alabere.
Daisy. Oh, wow. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, my name is Daisy Alabere. I'm a data analyst. Sometimes that's
All right.
data science. Yeah.
Solid, solid. All right. Hendrik.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So, just want like who you are and what you do in short.
Okay, I'm a data scientist. I work with Python. Although I'm
Oh,
still learning, yeah, I just
solid.
started. I was actually a data analyst before then. I'm trying to transition to data science. So
All
more
right.
of
Solid. All
machine
right.
learning, building machine learning models.
All right. All right. That's solid. All right. Thank you, everyone. All right. So let's just continue from whoa. Ah. So quickly, let me just share my screen. Um. Okay. Um. So just confirm if you can see my screen right now. Can we also see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
All right, all right. So basically, yeah. So, um, one sec. No. Okay. Yeah. Here we are. So, all right. Again, so I think this is where we now have to tell you like where I work as well and how what I do really impacts the things I do at where I do them. But yeah. So, so basically, I know we have a lot. I should I just pick it from the granular part, but I thank God that we all say we are all data persons. So being a data analyst, be data engineer, be MLOps, whatever, we all work together. Like we are like a chain. We all work together. We work together. Several times Solomon was coming down to my own floor, like to my own department. I'll be like, okay, I need this, I need that, I need that. I was like, okay, you meet an engineer, you meet that, you meet this one. So that's how it works. It's like a chain process. So from the people that pull out data that mine the data to the people that put all this data into a repository, transform them, build some kind of pipeline and do some kind of ETL for it to be consumable for the data analyst, data scientist, the machine learning engineer, and every. Yes, we're all together in sync. Yeah. So basically, so how does this thing works actually? uh, I hope you know, we all know the difference between, see, the data space, the data space. Okay, well, it's even far better right now. So back then, as I said, I'm also a learner, like, I mean, very, like a very humble learner. So, but far back then, when, it was not just it, like we're just trying to, maybe I use myself as an example, I'm just trying to learn, like, what is even this data of a thing, like, what is it about actually? Like, what is it about? So the only thing I was able to come across then was data science. Okay, that will make me talk about myself again. I study industrial mathematics from Federal University of Technology, Akure. That's FUTA. So me coming out of the school, I was like, okay, what is actually the practical application of all these mathematical jargons that I've learned, all these statistical jargons that I've learned? Like, where do I apply all these things? So in the midst of my research and me just doing research, in fact, you won't really have a lot of content out there then. So it was more of like a shallow space then. For me, I didn't really have, in fact, around me, you will hardly find somebody physically that will boldly say, oh, I'm a data scientist, and I actually work as a data scientist. The only one I was able to see were just, I think, just two people in my school then, and those are the people that even, like, more or less like introduced me into how it works and everything. So in the midst of my research, I found data, like I just found data. I was like, okay, what's this about? So me trying to do research all about it. So then I came across this my guy I told you about. He just came back from IT. I mean, the industrial training as a student, and I was able to work with R programming, where he did not big thing like that, but at least he was able to like lay his hand on it. And I engage him like, so what is like, how does this work? Then even though he didn't know much then he introduced me to data science in Nigeria. So this guy just packed a lot of machine learning videos, just packed them. So imagine you being a very basic person in data, no prior knowledge, nothing, and someone just packed videos of principal component analysis, videos of assemble learning. I mean, all those mathematical jargon. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch those videos, and I had zero clue. Even though I knew I was a mathematician, so I was able to relate with the mathematical aspect. I mean, what we're doing at my level, then 500 level, then was what they were teaching there. Like, I was able to relate. But to the how do I connect it to? I mean, how does this thing go? How does this thing turn to Naira and Combo? Zero clue. Then I told him, like, you didn't help me. In fact, you created more problem. Because now I have interest, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what they were doing. So I had to meet someone else again, do a lot of research. I came across code. There's a guy called Code, the one, that guy called Code Basics. So he picked from the start, actually, from the zero to hero. I was like, okay. I started following all little by little, and that was how the journey just began. So I didn't even know there was something called data analyst, data engineer. I didn't even know there was some fields like that. I thought it was just data science. So that was now what led to this. Like, now, that was actually what like led me to the journey of like being a data scientist. So after like 2 years, over the years, it's becoming enlarged. People are now coming to data science field, data field generally. Then I'm going to say, oh, so there's data analyst, there's this. Then I began to learn this one as well. Fell back to data analyst, went to go and learn Power BI, SQL, and everything. But I knew from the start that I was just going to be a data scientist, because that was my own different points. That was what got me. So I was keyed into that. So now, leveraging now, of course, let me now deep dive. As a data scientist, who is a data scientist? So a data scientist, it's someone who inspects the data. I've said that, who massage the data, who explore the data. First of all, to draw out insight. I mean, business-driven insight, business-driven insight that will be useful to make decision for the business impactful insight as one. Secondly, they build models as well. They build models on this same data, the models that will help the business stakeholder to make business-driven decision. I hope you see that. And again, now if I told you that the game is now really changing, they now look far more than just building models right now. The way that, according to the let me say the global definition, it could have stopped there. But let me use Nigerian definition. As a Nigerian, I mean, it will not stop there. And general actually. So they will not go for that, not just to build the model, put the model in an applicable form for the business stakeholders, and also deploy these models. Yes. So that's where the scientists actually. What are the tools they use? As a data scientist, you hello, can you am I
Yes.
hello?
Okay. Yes, you are. But what I just
Hi.
wanted to say is that the meeting would soon end. Actually, I will have sent a new link because we've actually spent over
Oh,
an hour already. So I've sent a
before I
new
join,
link. So when this
you
one
really
ends, we'll just switch to the other link.
oh okay, I could
Yeah.
hear that sound.
Sorry
Okay.
for the inconvenience.
Oh, it's okay, it's fine, no problem. So yeah, also it's okay. So that's where and two what are the tools they use? Of course, I will not make it too broad. There are a lot of tools now. The world is changing, but the major one, number one, I know a lot of people say argue this, but for me, I will tell you this for free. The number one tools for the purpose of integration. By the time you start doing like real project, I mean project out there for the purpose you've been doing project with software engineers, DevOps, data engineers for the purpose of integration, but we want to use Python. Take it or leave it. Like take it or leave it. Go and do your research. You want to use Python? Yeah, then we can say I would say the one that's followed is R programming. See, R programming should have been a basis for a data person, for a statistic person. R programming is the best choice actually. If you want to just be core into uh, the statistical aspect. But because the world is changing, we're not into AI, you want to integrate with the software people, you want to deploy your models, like you want to, you want to build things around there. You want to build not just your model again, you want to put your model in an applicable state so that people can now use the model. Then I'll tell you it's Python. Then we have a lot of other tools. We have Julia, we have Node as well. Yes, Node, you cannot use Node to run your models. But today, I use Python. And I'll be telling you how we use Python, how I use Python in my organization. And again, as we go in, I want to tell you that I work in a bank as well. I work in a financial domain, and basically I work in the bank. So, and how those data science and Python, help us to solve problems. So that's what we're talking about. Yeah, it's enough of introduction. So yes, I have already said that the Python has emerged as the dominant tools. Take it or leave it. In fact, in every programming language, right? In all programming language, whether you're a DevOps guy, a software guy, a cybersecurity analyst, whatever you're doing, I think in the past 3 years, Python has taken the lead. So I use Python to reshape the data science landscape, empower professionals, and to tackle complex challenges effectively. So why Python is actually essential for data science in my organization, in where I work, and across other boards as well. So my one thing I was talking about is versatility. I think I've talked about like it is very versatile. I've talked about that. For the purpose of integration, it's like you're not just building your models. Take for an example. Let me just tell you this. Okay, like I work with. So aside from the one we're doing back, of course, I still do one or two things with my other guys around. I mean, people just want to work with you. I'm like, okay, can you do this? Can you do this? Okay, yeah, I can. Can you just try this? So we're working on. They're trying to like just be very simple Q&A chatbot, and they were like, okay, we have Azure subscription, we have OpenAI being deployed already. So can you just help us and just try to say, okay, let me just see what I can do. It was my first time actually, because the Gen AI world is still it's not new, I'm not saying new again, but it's still a lot to explore. I mean, there are a lot to explore in there. So it was my first time. I was like, okay. But I had to work with the software engineer, I had to work with other guy as well, the front end engineer, the back end. So after a lot of research, I was able to do my bit. I had to do it in Python. So for the guys to deploy what I've built, they need API endpoints and the likes. So they needed something for them to use. So imagine now I now use something like R. I'm not saying you can't deploy in R, but it will be very difficult for them. So take for example a guy that use .NET that writes C sharp now. It will still find it easier to deploy anything you build in Python than if you now use like R. I mean, it's very difficult for them. So Python is very versatile. In fact, the interesting thing about them is that I don't know if time will permit us, I would like to show you like maybe a few of the projects that I've done like end to end. Like when I say end to end, like from the data cleaning to the data preprocessing to the transformation to me building the model and me now deploying the model. So the deployment part is a part that most data scientists don't really know about, except maybe probably you're in production. And it's really good. Like I actually have to ask myself then, like I've been building model all this while. Like, how do I put this thing to use? I have to go and I have to sit down and learn deployment. Like, thank God we now have AI. In fact, AI has made it easy, ChatGPT and everything to help in your code development. We have co-pilots and the likes. So like I have to learn like how does this thing works? And at first, of course, that's one thing about coding and programming. It was a little bit kind of hard, but then I know the moment I will be able to solve just one of these projects, and the rest will be easier. And at the end, I took in an internship with some other guys, and everybody was running from the deployment part. I took it up, me and some other Indian guys like that, and we were able to do it, and it worked. So since then, I was I've learned from there. So that's supposed to use Python. So because Python can do everything, yes, I'm saying that like everything. The web development part we use Python. We only need to add a little bit of HTML CSS just to design the front end page just to make you deploy the model. But the backend we use Python, Flags, Fast API, we use Python. So end to end, imagine me using R now. It's very difficult. So it's very versatile, easy to use. Out of all the programming language, I'll say it again, Python is the easiest. Do you know why? It's like English language. Yeah, you can say SQL, sure. Yeah, SQL is in one of my learning. Then one of my bosses then said, you will not really call SQL like a programming language. You probably say it's a functional language or something like that. But actually, it's a programming language as well. But when it comes to a robust programming language, Python is very easy to use. I mean, it takes in your pure English, so it's a high level language. I hope you know the difference between a high level language and a low level language. So a high level language is a language that relates with more. It takes in more of human syntax, human language. While a low level language is closer to the robotic language more than to the human language. So for those that has been in this world in this field like a long time ago, for those that have been writing C, I mean the core C, not C, not C plus plus, not C sharp. C, that one is a low level because it's more of like uh, the old C. It's more like the robotic. So if Python is easy, select this from that, import this from this, from sklearn.clinical, import this. It's you know what you're writing. You don't have to cram all those things. Scalability, of course, you can scale up, scale down, depending on the amount of the data set, the size of the data set. We have a lot of libraries in Python. PySpark, we have Kafka. For those that are going to for those of you that you don't really know where to fall in, because it happened to me actually. Which one should I do? I want some of you to go and explore the field of engineering. I mean, it's in next future. In fact, from now, it's a field that it really makes sense a lot. So integration capability, I've talked about that. I've talked about my own project that I did. We did everything in Python. So integration was easy. So to build something in one program language and integrate in another program language, it's always complex. I won't lie to you guys. It's always very complex. But when you have a framework that can do everything, Python can do everything. Python can build anything. So it's just from year to year, everything in one folder. We did everything. So that's that. So using Python as a data scientist in my organization, now I have to deep dive into a domain now. I want to tell you again, Python is wide, is versatile, is vast in healthcare, in security, in everything. But I work in the financial domain, so going to I'm going to drill it down into that aspect. So of course, in my organization, think about it. What do you think we're going to be doing with it? Number one is that data clean and collection. I mean, so we work with for those of you that will be or for those of you that are already working in the finance domain, you know that we deal with structured data mostly. And I hope you know that we know we have three type of data. We have this form of data rather. We have the structured data, we have the semi-structured, and we have the unstructured data. We are data people and we know that already. So structured data simply means data in your rows and column.